so cute. I feel like everywhere I look today, all I see is like women. I don't know what's up, but. So, it's the morning of our exhibition. And I'm like mostly prepared. I'm like feeling really good about everything, except that we're waiting for the art to arrive still. And we're not exactly sure where it is. So it's a little bit stressful right now. But right now I just want to like channel myself, like try to chill, keep a calm mind, not get super stressed, and just like do something nice for myself for a moment. I can't forget about self-love on the day that I'm like celebrating self-love. Okay, so now we wait for like 15 minutes, and I can give you guys a little bit of a rundown of what's been going on. So yeah, I don't know. I started this project back in October, but it didn't really start coming together or really like rolling until about January. So I've kind of put this whole thing together in about a month and a half. And that includes like 10 portraits for women here in the local community, getting together with sex educators and pulling together like people from this community to create not just an art exhibition with vulva portraits, but also like a week of workshops and events that kind of embody the mission that we have of like people embracing their sexuality and creating that space for open conversation and connecting with yourself, like whether that be on like a mental level or an emotional level or like a physical level. I think that there's like a lot of good that can be done from people like doing belly dancing and like just getting into like their core and like understanding their body and the like sensuality and fluidity of sexual wellness. I'm really excited to be able to share that with the community here, and I think it's going to be really cool.
Hey, wait.
What?
Sorry it took me so long.
You're fine. What's up?
From, Valentine's Day present.
Oh, what?
You look cute.
Thanks. Oh my God! Thank
Name
you
is Talk.
so much.
He has little feet.
Oh my God. That's awesome. This is so cool.
Turn around so the camera can see his face.
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh my God, I've been wanting one of these pots. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, babe.
Happy Valentine's.
Thanks, babe. Happy Valentine's Day. This is awesome. Hey, our house is like filling up with plants now. It's so great. Thank you so much. I really love it.
You're welcome. I love you.
Man. So yeah, it's Valentine's Day and we're doing this exhibition and I'm so excited. I'm just like really, it's really cool to be celebrating self-love and vulvas and all of that on Valentine's Day. It just like all lined up so perfectly. I'm gonna get picked up and go run the errands that I have to do, which is like getting all of the documents and like image descriptions printed and like picking up black lights for tonight. We're borrowing black lights for the event from a local like skate shop / smoke shop. So I'm really excited to be able to like work with them, and they even gave us a giveaway, which is cool. Like I was so not expecting that. Okay, so I just picked up these black lights, which they had to like do some electrical wiring on in order to hook them up because they didn't come with cords, and that's something that is kind of different here. Like it's not just like it doesn't come with a cord, you have to like get it electrically figured out. So they just like wired up some connection pieces so that I could plug them into some extension cords, and I think it's all gonna work out.
After we get this one hung, we're gonna pack it in, finish this stuff up in the morning.
Yeah, with some coffee.
Tomorrow night is gallery opening, so we got a little bit of time. Okay, so it's the next morning.
Yeah, I'm feeling much more rested now, and this coffee right now is like everything. I don't know why I didn't think this wasn't going to be a lot of work. Like, I'm like feeling so good about it all though. Like, it's all super exciting and like rewarding in just like how excited everyone's getting. And I'm really, I don't know, I'm just really like in it right now, you know? One of the coolest parts about this exhibition is that all of the pieces have an AR component to them. So you can scan them with the Artivive app and then see how each one is drawn. After planning that entire week of like workshops and talks and like putting the whole festival together, I feel really powerful. Like I really did something, like it went off. I mean, obviously there were hitches, but it feels like we really accomplished something cool. It was really awesome to see that like transformation during the week and then to finally kind of transform the space. It was like a metamorphosis, not just with like the people, but also with the space. So it kind of like reflected everything that we were doing. Like Tuesday night when we watched the documentary, there was a lot of history, so people got to see like how this project came to be. And then having the workshops like Claire's meditation and then the belly dancing the next night was such a more like connection with your body, and it was like a connection with like a circle of women, and it was really beautiful to see that change. And then of course we had games on Friday night, which was so fun, like for people to connect with like their inner child and like just kind of escape that everyday adult life for a moment. And like all of the expectations of what being an adult is like, to just play for an hour. It was really, really cool. So I feel really good about what we've done here with this thing, and I think it'll be cool to do it again.
What made you decide to do this project on such a small local level, focusing on local women and doing the gallery opening in the same place? This is a deviation from the way you've been doing things, just taking models from everywhere.
Yeah, so by kind of taking this project and making this smaller capsule version of it in a local place, I felt like it really, really built community around the art and with the workshops, and people got to know each other more. So it really was on the community building side as opposed to a much more impersonal interaction with like emailing each other and sending me pictures. It was a lot more like, I'm gonna see you at the end of this, and we're gonna all get together and we're gonna all be able to like see the art together and like
really have a much more personal connection than the way I started the project. So I think that was really a really key aspect to this style of capsule project. So the idea is to create a space that is open for conversation, that is a safe space to kind of explore your thoughts, explore your ideas about sexuality, connect with your sexuality, and maybe give it more thought than you may have in the past. And I think that with the talks that we had yesterday with Anne and Kathy and Dan about sexuality from childhood to like aging, and then also just like reinventing your sexuality and reconnecting with it was huge. It was such a cool space to create that conversation, and I think that kind of carried through to the party. And then of course we had the sex toy demo yesterday also, so people got to like play with things and like ask questions and like maybe see some things that they hadn't seen before. So that was really awesome to see that group kind of take on that literally take on that idea of like that open space for conversation. So it's cool.
Why Valladolid? Why did you decide to do this project here? What does this project signify in a place like this versus in someplace else, like, you know, San Francisco? What's the difference?
So Valladolid is like a much smaller community than, say, a large city, and I think that because of that, there's a much more close-knit culture and a lot more like societal pressure in certain ways when it comes to like sexuality and relationships and things like that, especially with the underlying like Catholicism in the culture. And I think that by doing it here, it's strange because I feel like for me, this place has given me the space to explore these things with like a clear mind, or like has given me the room and the time to do that and do the exploration myself. So it's kind of like an inspiration to me, but also to see how the community would react to this kind of project was really interesting and different than it would have been in, say, a larger city and like a metropolis.
What would you do differently?
Next time, I think I would start with the documentary, like push the art to the weekend in the way that we just did it this time. I think that there was like really something to that flow and the change in the space, literally the transformation. And I think that like follows through with the storyline and the like what we're trying to do with the project. So I would definitely do it like that from the start. Well, I think one of the challenges for this one was the dual language aspect, because we have a mixed community that speaks Spanish and English. There were people who presented in Spanish and there were people who presented in English, and I think it would be different in like, let's say if I was to do this in the States, I think it would be a different situation as far as communication goes, and also like putting the whole thing together, because it would be less of a barrier of like communication.
Can you go into that a little bit more about how you had to communicate in Spanish throughout this whole process, and about how that was a challenge for you?
Yeah, so since the beginning, when we decided to do this smaller version, I don't know, I didn't really think much of it, except that I knew I was going to have to do a lot of Spanish interaction, and that was a real true test of like my ability to communicate with people. And I don't think that my Spanish is perfect by any means, because I certainly have a lot to learn. But I think that it was a really good challenge for me and a test to kind of put my skills to the test and see if I could create this kind of thing, but in a place where communication isn't the easiest for me. And I think it still came across in the way that I wanted it to. And everyone was very patient with my Spanish. But yeah, I think it was really, really cool.
Looking forward to the tour?
I am looking forward to the tour. I need like 2 days of break, which is nothing, and then then I'll be ready. I'm just to this point where it's like, I'm really excited to get to Tucson. I'm really excited to get the piece there. I'm excited for what that means for us as far as like a physical sponsorship. I'm excited for like what's next after that, which is hopefully a summer in Alaska. And I would love to do this project also like in Alaska too. So that's where I'm at. But mostly I just need like a rest day. Yeah. We've had to just throw the tour book and